Welcome to the Sports Monster. I'm Adam Ford, and I am the Sports Monster. And in honor of NBA free agency, we are going to go over the top 10 greatest NBA players of all time. But first things first, if you'll go down and hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. And that way you can be updated on all the latest videos as they come out. And a video that is definitely going to come out probably a little bit down the line. We're going to do our predictions for the NBA season and things like that. So, but anyways, I want to say that before I start this list, everybody that's on this list is a champion. I don't think you can be great without a championship. I think you can be good, but I don't think you can be great unless you win a ring. And that's my personal opinion. That's how I see things. And so these are accumulated by accolades, whether it's MVP titles, whether it's records, different things. That's why I pick these people, and I will say their accolades when I mention their name. We'll start with number 10 and move on to number 1. Starting with number 10, Larry Bird is my number 10 of all time, and he's won 3 NBA titles, 2 Finals MVPs. He won 3 MVPs, 12-time All-Star, 10-time All NBA, and he was obviously 3-time All Defense, Rookie of the Year. He won three. He was a 3-point. He won 3 3-point shootout champion. He also has a gold medal. It was on the Dream Team. He was part of that Dream Team. He is also the only person in NBA history to be named Rookie of the Year, MVP, Finals MVP, All-Star MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. No one else has ever had that. Obviously, he's the only person. He played 13 seasons, and he only didn't make the All-Stars one season. So those are great accolades. He's great, obviously one of the greats of all time. I mean, you see that. I put him as number 10. Um, he definitely was deserving of number 10. Some people might think he deserves to be higher, but I think he's number 10. Number 9 is his ultimate rival during his time, Magic Johnson, who also played 13 seasons, won 5 NBA championships, 3 Finals MVPs, 3 MVPs. They both, Larry Bird and Magic, had the same amount of MVPs, but he was a 12-time All-Star as well, 10-time All NBA, 4-time assists leader, 2-time steals leader. He won an NCAA championship as well, and also was part of that Dream Team and won the gold medal. So that's why he comes in at number 9. He comes in at number 9 because he has more championships than Larry Bird and a little bit more accolades because he was the assist leader and he also was the steals leader. Was assists being 4 times and he did steals twice. So obviously a very special player, a very great player in his time in the NBA. And so we move on now to number 8. Number 8, coming in at number 8, also another person who has 5 championships, and that would be Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan comes in at number 8 on this list because he has 5 championships. He also, if you look at Tim Duncan, he has 3 Finals MVPs, 2 MVPs, 15-time All-Star, 15-time All NBA, 15-time All Defense. Also won a Rookie of the Year. He is the only player to be named All NBA and All Defense 13 years in a row. No one else has had that. No one else has even come close to that. Most people are named All NBA, but they are not mentioned in All Defense. So he is the only player to have that. Also, he played, Tim Duncan played 19 seasons. So he comes in at number 8 on the list. All right, moving on to number 7 on the list. All-time greatest player of all time. Number 7 is Shaq. And Shaq comes in at number 7. He has 4 championships, 3 Finals MVP. And why are these Finals MVPs so great and so fantastic? They won the Finals MVP 3 times. He won it on a team that had Kobe Bryant. Do you understand? Kobe Bryant was on that team, and and he was the one that won the Finals MVP all 3 times. He was 14-time All NBA, 15-time All Star, won the Rookie of the Year. Two, uh, he won 2 scoring titles, which is big for a big guy like that. Also won a gold medal. He is third all time in field goal percentages. He's eighth on the all time scoring list, and he played 19 seasons. And for a little bit of icing on the cake, he also has a platinum selling rap album. They're called Diesel. So not a lot of rappers, a lot of people could say that. I mean, there's a lot of basketball players who try to do rap albums, including Kobe Bryant, and none of them were platinum. So I think that says something for it in itself. But that's number 7 is Shaquille O'Neal. Number 6 has a chance to obviously move up in this list, as he is not finished playing, and that is LeBron James. LeBron James comes in at number 6, 3 NBA championships, and he has 3 Finals MVPs, 4-time MVP, 15-time All Star, 14-time All NBA, six-time All Defense, and he's Rookie of the Year. Won 2 gold medals. He is um, he is um, he is fourth all-time scoring, and he is the all-time playoff scoring champion. No one has scored more points in the playoffs than LeBron James, and so he broke that record. And so that's why LeBron James is on this list. He's fourth. He now has passed Michael Jordan in the all-time scoring list, and so he has room to grow. He has room to get up there, and he has a few years left on him. Who knows how many years he has, and he can add to his champions list. He can add to his finals list. So he is one of the only people on this list that can actually move up and not down, and so that is obviously a big deal for coming in number 6. All right, now moving on to the top 5. Now, number 5 on this list is Wilt Chamberlain. And some people say, well, Wilt Chamberlain only won 2 championships. But the reason why Wilt Chamberlain is on this list and why he is so high up on this list, if you look through the record books, the NBA record books, when you look through the records, you're going to see Wilt Chamberlain's name all the time. He has more records in the NBA than anyone else, including the most points scored in a game, most free throws made in the game, most rebounds in the game, a lot of career points, and so he has a lot of things. He's a 2-time NBA champion, and one of those championships came off of beating Bill Russell. Bill Russell in earlier in the playoffs, the only year that Bill Russell did not make the finals in his career was because Wilt Chamberlain stopped him. So that's big. Two-time NBA champion, 4-time MVP, 13-time All-Star. He is he has won 7. He won. He was. He's won. He has the most. He has 9-time field goal percentage. He has 7-time All NBA Rookie of the Year. He's won 7 scoring titles in a row, which is a record which he holds with Michael Jordan as well. 11-time 11-time rebounding leader, and he is the only player to average 30 points and 20 rebounds in a season, and he's also averaged that in his career. So he basically averaged a double-double, and nobody's averaged 30 points and 20 rebounds. No one else has ever done that in a season or in their career. So he holds the records pretty much, and he's done so much in his career that you have to put him as number 5. That's how I see it anyways, is that Wilt Chamberlain is number 5 on my list. Now, moving on to number 4. Number 4 on the list is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is number 4 on this list, and he has done a lot in his season. Obviously, he played 20 seasons. He is the only guard to play that many seasons in the NBA. So Kobe Bryant holds the record of most seasons played for a guard, and he's third on the all-time scoring list. So he is also above Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. And so he has 5 NBA championships, and he has 18. He was 18-time All-Star. Only one person has been an All-Star more than him, and that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And so in his career, he missed the All-Star game twice. He was 15-time All-NBA, 12-time All-NBA defense, two-time he won the Finals MVP twice. He was one-time MVP, which is a tragedy. He should have had MVP a lot more than that. He's a dunk champion as well, two-time scoring champion, and like I said, he's third in all-time leading scorer. So that's why he's on this list. Kobe Bryant is number 4 on our list. All right, moving on to number 3. Number 3, this is where people are going to get mad at me. This is where people get upset. Is my third all-time, and a lot of you might disagree out there, and some of you might disagree with this list. Period in its entirety. But number 3, coming in at number 3 spot is Michael Jordan. And some people are like, "Whoa, no! Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time." And I'm going to tell you why. When I go to the other two, I'm going to tell you why they're better. Why they're better than Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan comes in at number 3, and he is obviously a 6-time NBA champion. Most of you probably know his accolades. He's a 6-time NBA Finals MVP, 5-time MVP, 14-time All-Star. He's only missed the All-Star once. He played 15 seasons. 10-time All-NBA, 9-time defensive All Defense, 10-time scoring leader, which is a record. No one's led the league in scoring more times than Michael Jordan. 3-time steal leader, 2-time dunk champ. He also is an NCAA champion, and he won 2 gold medals. And so he also won 7 scoring titles in a row. And he's 5th all-time on all-time scoring lists now. He's 5th. And so he also won a Rookie of the Year as well. So Michael Jordan obviously did a lot. But I will say, for you that are upset at him being number 3, before we go on, I will say that Michael Jordan is the most iconic basketball player of all time. Most iconic basketball player of all time. And he really excelled the NBA's popularity around the world. And there was no one like him, and there will never be another Michael Jordan. People will say, "Oh, who's the next Michael Jordan?" There's never going to be anybody that's the next Michael Jordan. There's going to be people that are similar to him, and LeBron always wants to be the next Michael Jordan, and he is just like him as being iconic. But as playing style goes, you might say Kobe Bryant was the closest. But there's no one that's. But Kobe Bryant was himself still. He's still Kobe Bryant. He's not Michael Jordan. All right. But anyways, moving on to number 2. Number 2, and I will explain why he is above Michael Jordan, and most of it will be clear. Number 2 on this list is Bill Russell. And Bill Russell has 11 championships, the most in NBA history, which is one of the reasons why he is above Michael Jordan. 8 in a row, 8 consecutive championships in a row, made the finals all the years of his career except for one time. He did not make it one time. He got beat one year in the 1958. He got beat by the St. Louis Hawks. The only championship the Hawks have in their career came off of Bill Russell, and so and the other time he got beat in the playoffs before he even made the finals by Wilt Chamberlain in Philadelphia 76ers. Anyways, he's a 5-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, 4-time rebounding champion, two-time NCAA champion. So he also won in the NCAA for a college that has never won championships ever since, the University of San Francisco, who really hasn't made a name for themselves anymore. But their biggest name for them was Bill Russell, and obviously he won a gold medal as well. And this gold medal is I would argue more important because he won it with. This is when amateurs were going. So they didn't. It wasn't a team of pros. It was a team of guys that were about to go pro, but he won. He won a gold medal the same year. He came off of his win in the NCAA championship as well. His second one. He won two championships as coach, first African American coach in the NBA. But he was a player coach. He won two championships while he was a player coach as well. Um, and they named the Finals MVP after him. They did not have the Finals MVP during his time, so we don't know how many how many Bill Russell would have made, how many he would have won. We don't know that because there was no Finals MVP at the time, and so that's definitely something to think. And who they named the Finals MVP after? Bill Russell. It's now called the Bill Russell Finals MVP. It's named after Bill Russell now. So that just tells you something because he won more than anybody else. So why is he above Michael Jordan? Because he won more than Michael Jordan. He won 8 in a row. Everywhere he went, he was champ and he won gold. Everywhere he went, he won in the college level. He won in the Olympic level. He won in the league. And there's nobody else out there who has been able to win like Bill Russell and be Bill Russell. There's nobody else out there that has ever done it. And so Bill Russell is the second greatest basketball player of all time. And I will explain why the person that I put above him is why I put him above him. Number one greatest basketball player of all time is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the reason why Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is above him is because he is the all-time leading scorer. He played 20 seasons. He has 6 NBA championships, as Rookie of the Year, a record 6-time MVP, 19-time All-Star, which is also a record. No one else has been to the All-Star. He missed the All-Star game one time in his career. He went 19 times, a record. No one else has been to the All-Star game more than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 15-time All-NBA, 11-time All-Defense. He was also a 4-time blocking leader. He also he's all-time leading scorer, 3-time NCAA champion, and so that's big. That was on the start of, for UCLA they won 11 championships, and some of those championships were with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They retired his number. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, there's no one out there who has done more than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's the all-time scoring leader. He's also on the rebounding. He's on the rebounding, about like high up on the rebounds, leading. He's all high up on the blocks. He deserves to be there because no one else has scored more than he has in the league. He deserves to be the greatest. No one else has done what he has done. He has all these records, all these accolades. No one has more MVPs than him. No one's been to the All-Star game more than him. And there's guys that have played just as many years as him, but they still haven't broke that record. Still haven't got over the top and broke that record. So you may disagree with this all-time great, but there's reasons why I picked them. And it's accumulation. And I explained that to you. And I hope, we can disagree. We can disagree. I think all their accolades and their championships stand to reason why they are where they are on this list. And some people don't put Bill Russell high up, but to me, Bill Russell, no one else has done what he won, and he won on every level, so he deserves to be 2. And there was a time in my life that I would have put him number 1, but I had to put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar above him because he's an all-time leading scorer, and he won 6 championships. He has a record all-time MVP, all-time scoring, All-Star. He's just great, and he does have a lot of records as well. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in the record books as well. Both those guys are, and so this is my top 10. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you'll tune in next time. But I'm the Sports Monster, and I'm out.